Hi, Kathy D. Harris here, and I want to start by asking you something. Why do patients go looking for a new dentist? When they go looking for a new dentist, where are they looking? What are they looking at? And what are they looking for? One of the most familiar reasons you hear when a new patient comes to your practice is that they're new to the area. And that makes sense. People move and they need to find a new dentist. But investigate a little deeper and you'll find that their motivations are not necessarily so clear-cut. I'm sure you realize that your patient retention numbers reflect the patients you lose because they move. So did you know that 41% of the population moves every 5 years according to Canadian census data? I was surprised by that number. That's a lot of mobility. But here's what I find interesting. 50% of those that moved stayed within the same municipality. So a lot of patients out there who are going to a new dentist because they moved are really saying that they weren't happy with their previous dentist. But moving gave them an excuse to change, made it easier to leave without having to voice their dissatisfaction. This means there's a huge opportunity that you might be missing. And in the interest of time, I'm not going to talk about patient retention in this video. It's critically important. What I want to talk about, though, is how you can attract and bring those patients to your practice. You see, when they begin looking for a new dentist and before they walk through the door or pick up the phone, they begin the process of getting to know you, like you, and trust you. They begin looking for a dental practice that addresses the concerns that made them leave their last dentist. And in today's world, they do this online. So if they're doing this online, what do they need to see to get to know you, like you, and trust you? And what do they need to see to have confidence that you're not like the dental practice they just left? And even more critical, how can you provide the information they need so you're the practice they call? You first need to begin with a clear picture of how your practice is currently seen by prospective patients. What is the easiest and fastest way to know how a prospective patient sees your practice? Well, most dentists that I work with will tell you that the greatest help is a practice checkup. Just like you know the importance of dental checkups for your patients, the same goes for your practice. What is the dental practice checkup? Simply put, it's a snapshot of your practice through the eyes of a prospective patient. This practice checkup begins with an assessment and a critique of your Google reviews. Why do we start with Google reviews? Because first of all, you must pass the Google review test. Your reviews are a window into your practice and they tell a story about your practice. That story influences people's behavior both positively and negatively. Positively meaning if they like your reviews, they'll do more looking at your practice, probably go to your website. And if they look at your reviews and it influences them negatively, it means they'll go on and look at the next practice. So your practice checkup will give you insight into what your reviews tell patients about your practice, your staff, and your patient care. And it will identify how you can use your reviews to attract new patients. Then, if you pass the Google review test, they go on to your website. How does the homepage of your website measure up? Does it help convert prospects into patients? The checkup will identify changes or improvements you can make so that your website attracts new patients. The next place they might look is Facebook. How do you engage with people on Facebook? What do your posts tell people about your practice, your staff, and about the experiences patients have at your practice? Your practice checkup will give you suggestions for your Facebook page so that you are more attractive to those patients who are looking for a new dentist. And finally, the practice checkup looks at your online presence. How easy are you to find? All listings, Google views their listing as the correct listing for your practice. So all listings, Facebook, can pages, yellow pages, Google search engines treat pages that are not identical as different places, and this will negatively affect your rankings. Your customized practice checkup looks at your online presence and identifies any inaccurate listings that need to be fixed. Okay, let's just quickly summarize what's included in the practice checkup. First of all, it's an assessment and a critique of your Google reviews, and it includes how you can use your reviews to attract new patients. It identifies the changes or improvements you can make to the homepage of your website to attract new patients. And number 3, a critique of your Facebook posts and a template of postings to attract new patients. I'll show you how to leverage these posts on other social media sites, such as Twitter, Pinterest, and so on. And finally, it includes a review of your online listings and identifies those that are broken or don't match Google and need to be fixed. So how can you access this practice checkup? Well, I'm going to make you a crazy offer. Normally, the practice checkup is $497, but for a limited time, I'm going to make you this crazy offer because you've taken the practice management and leadership quiz. And I know you're serious about growing your practice and attracting new patients. So I'm going to make a ridiculous offer and make the practice quiz available for only $50. Now, you're probably asking, if it's so good, Kathy, why is it only $50? And that's a fair question. I want to be fully transparent. I'm making you this special offer because I think when you see the practice checkup results and the value that it provides, your next question is going to be, okay, Kathy, what do you have next? And how else can you help me? And by the way, you have nothing to worry about. If for any reason you get your results and you don't think the practice checkup was super helpful, just let me know and I'll give you your money back. So here's the way this works. You click the red button below the video. You'll be taken to a secure checkout page. Complete all of the information, including your practice name and website URL. We then will get to work on your practice checkup right away. The report takes time to do, as you can imagine, because it's customized specifically to you and your practice. So typically it takes about 3 days to turn this around, sometimes a little longer, but give us at least 3 days. We'll let you know. We'll email you so you know we're working on it, and as soon as it's done, we'll schedule a time so we can deliver the information and go over the results with you. We'll show you how patients view your practice. If you want to attract more new patients and see how your practice is viewed by prospective patients, click the red button below and get your practice checkup booked today. Be confident that your practice is ideally positioned to attract new patients. And don't forget to read on to see your quiz results. You might be surprised by what you learn.